Good afternoon world from the beautiful Mindanao here in the Philippines. It is amihan season, so the windsurfers are out. Very windy, despite the overcast clouds, very beautiful. This is our Mindanao. We absolutely love it here. If you guys don't know about Mindanao, it is an island in the Philippines that doesn't have a very good reputation. If you look online at most Western government websites, they tell you not to come here. They say it's dangerous, you're going to get kidnapped by terrorists, there's going to be rebels attacking you. And yet, on the ground, we've been living here for almost 4 years. It is an incredible place to live with so much beauty and so much balance as well. Hello, sweetie. What's your name? You're very cute. Are you just a stray? You've got no collar. Do you live here on the beach? I think you do, don't you? Cute girl. We've just come to one of our favourite beach resorts here for some breakfast or some brunch. We got some of the new options on their menu. They've got vegan food here and we're a vegan family, so that's perfect. If this is the first video of ours you've ever seen, welcome. We're a British family that moved to the Philippines actually during the pandemic and decided this was the best place for us to stay right now and to raise our child. Boiling. I've just been surrounded by doggies. Look how cute you are. We've got one of you at home, haven't we? Woohoo! Oh, I just got sand in my mouth. I do find it pretty incredible when you read the government websites from the UK, let's say where we're from, about what it says to visit Mindanao. Like, if you go here, we're going to give you no help if something goes wrong. It's very, very extreme. And it's not representative of the country as a whole in any way. We live on an island called Siargao, which is actually the surfing capital of the Philippines. They do many international competitions here. There are many people from around the world that live in this island and it is beautiful. But it's not just Siargao and Mindanao that's safe. We have travelled around Mindanao quite extensively over the last 4 years and we have only experienced love and care and welcome from the people. Don't get me wrong, we understand that there are dangers and they have happened in the past, but it is not representative of Mindanao today. Be vigilant, but here on the ground, it is a wonderful place and I don't think they should be discouraging people to come here when you're surrounded by all this. And when you have such a beautiful place with amazing people and amazing doggies too. Yeah, I think you're a Filipino Aspen, aren't you? Just like our dog. We rescued a stray Filipino Aspen about 2 years ago. She turned up at our door not feeling very well and we nursed her to health and now she's our beautiful pet. But look at these lovely dogs. So this is Mindanao. I wanted to make this video today because I remember when we first came to the island and we had no clue what we were getting into, and every time we went travelling somewhere we had this little tinge of anxiety that maybe we were going too far or we didn't know enough about the area. All of those experiences turned out very well and we were only met by wonderful experiences along the way, so much so that we feel safe enough to drive across Mindanao ourselves in our own car with our family in tow. Our daughter Story has been growing up on this island and around Mindanao since the age of 3.5, now through to 7 years old, on one of the roads that some people used to consider a terrorist hotspot like back in the 80s, and now it is devoid of all that kind of trouble. I feel like the message that gets out there to the west from over here needs to be updated a little bit on the government websites because it is definitely not representative of what we see here. Now feeling a little bit more local, having lived for almost 4 years. That looks very indulgent, doesn't it? Delicious vegan tart, amazing. Story's enjoying her watermelon juice with a fresh watermelon on there. And we've had this cake before, we know it's very nice. Okay, lunch is over and we're now in one of our fancy stores doing some shopping, looking for red lentils, difficult to find on other parts of the island. No red lentils today. How about the yellow dolls?
One bag of yellow.
We could probably use that, couldn't we?
Did you find the red lentils?
No, we didn't. But did you find the Kalamata olives?
Of course, they're over here.
Story's favourite. Go on and go get some. This is where we come to get our specialist ingredients. supermarket. We're done shopping at Varna. Managed to get some of the stuff. We actually got a massive tub of olives, which should last us for half a year. When you buy imported goods, sometimes it's a good idea to get it in bulk to save you some money, because of course it costs a bit. This is the backside of General Luna. We've got some coffee shops here we've never tried before. Amon Cafe, which looks pretty cool. We're going to take a drive across the island to Dapa. There's a new bookshop there which has appeared recently that we want to find. It's quite difficult to find, but there may be some pre-loved books we can buy. Story loves reading and she wants to spend some of her own money there. It should take about 20 minutes to get across to that side of the island before we head home.
We are home. Hello puppies. Hello, you're getting bigger. Yeah, and this is Story's leftover lunch that we brought back from the restaurant. I know the last thing we said was we were heading to a bookshop, but as we were driving I messaged the bookshop just to check if they were open, and they were not. So I'm happy that I found that out before we actually drove for half hour to get there. They are open at the weekend, so maybe we will try again at the weekend to go there. So we just came home. Hello, back to our Poppy. Hello, Nose.
And so welcome home. Here we are, back on our beach. Poppy's out for her late afternoon walk. The winds are in full swing here. We get the brunt of it being on the eastern coastline right here. So to give you a bit of scale to where we live versus what we filmed this morning, it is about 45 minutes to an hour north from General Luna, so it's a very different coastline. You can see how the sea is much closer to the beach on this side, so we get the loud waves smashing against the reef there. We get to experience the raw power of nature every day straight out of our bedroom window. It is a luxury that not many people get to have. And that's the sweet Aspen I was talking about earlier. Beautiful Filipino Aspen dog. I still find it mind-boggling to think that if this dog was not taken care of, she would already be dead, you know, and yet we've got this absolutely astounding pet who just turned up at our door. A bit of love and care and of course a bit of money, and she's back to full life. She'll be our pet forevermore. There was a period of time when I was wondering whether we should keep her or not, whether we should just nurse her to health and then see where she goes, but she just stuck with us after those initial days and then became part of the family. Now of course I wouldn't even dream about not having Poppy in our lives. So what do you think of what you see? If this is the first time you've ever seen a video about Mindanao, is it appealing? Is it scary? Well, this is what we live every day. This is our day-to-day routine. We're not Filipino, we're a British family that has chosen to settle here. So of course we had to get used to certain things, but knowing that this is what life could be like for us, I wouldn't have it any other way right now. Story has grown up surrounded by peace and quiet, by nature, and she's a very well balanced girl. We homeschool her every day, so she gets to spend all of her time with us, and she joins certain kids clubs around the island as well, where other expat families and Filipinos from across the Philippines have come and settled here, and they bring their kids. Story socializes with them too. Before we decided to come here and try this life out, we would never have known that it was possible to have this standard of life here in Mindanao of all places. Again, somewhere that does not get a good reputation online and really needs updating. And I'm not going to lie and say that life is perfect here. Of course, we get big storms and earthquakes. Not everything runs as smoothly as you would like it to all the time, but the majority of our time here, we're living in a way more peaceful and more rewarding atmosphere. So what do you guys think? Have you ever looked at a trip to the Philippines and then been put off by your own government's website about Mindanao being out of the question, somewhere you just can't visit for whatever reasons. I've noticed as well that some of the information says you need so many different jabs and shots and vaccines and stuff to come here, but you really don't. Of course, there are some parts of some areas in the jungle where you might be able to pick up something, but how is that different to anywhere else that you travel in the world? We live here on a day-to-day basis, and we travel through the regular areas and all the tourist hotspots, and we've never need to take any extra additional vaccines or pills or malaria stuff to survive out here and thrive out here. If anything, we're healthier than we've ever been as a whole family, including our dog. I sincerely hope that after watching a video like this one from people like us as well, you will get a different perspective on what Mindanao could be, and perhaps if you are planning a holiday to the Philippines, work it into your itinerary so you get to spread some of that love around when you come to these beautiful islands. It's about to rain. I can feel some raindrops falling down on us, so we are heading back to the house before we get soaked. And I'm going to do the shout out for today, which goes to Nilo Carlo Martinez. We've worked our way back around the list to you, and I remember actually meeting you when we were in Manila for our trip back in 2022. We had a selfie, and I noticed that your picture, your avatar as a member now shows that too, which is really nice. It gives us that personal connection. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and we will see you in the next one. Bye!